The 2026 Met Gala was messy, with massive protest outside of the Met like we have never seen before, with projections on skyscrapers telling the world to boycott the Met Gala, people leaving bottles of pee inside the exhibit, fashion insiders saying the Met is not what it used to be. Also, it was messy because it was the most disturbingly expensive Met Gala ticket price ever. There were shocking stars in attendance. Someone was uninvited from the Met Gala. There were engagement announcements at the Met Gala. Let's talk about who were the secret performers and what celebrity interactions took place on the inside and who was in the infamous Met Gala mirror selfie. I'll tell you my best dressed, the winner of the night, because yes, the Met Gala has a winner every year. So let's discuss who won the 2026 Met Gala and who their outfits I did not like. So here's everything you need to know that happened at the 2026 Met Gala. But before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to become a student here at Pop Culture University with Professor Patty. Like the video to be a good student, or I'll bring you to the front of the classroom and spank you on the booty with a ruler. So the Illuminati had their open meeting last night that they have every year to play in the face of us mere mortals while we are watching from District 12. So many celebrities were just not on theme though. I feel like if you're gonna be rich, you may as well do it well, and they just don't. I feel like a lot of stars just made up themes of their own and wore whatever the hell they want, because rules don't apply to rich people, so they don't follow them really ever. It was supposed to be fashion is art. Costume art, that was the theme, and the amount of people who were actually giving costume art was pretty low. So let's talk about some that I was just not impressed by. Tragically, first timers, heated rivalry, white boys of the year, Connor Story and Hudson Williams, I was just not too impressed by. I think I respected Hudson's look more. He did say he went out drinking the night before and was sleep deprived, maybe a little hungover. Connor Story just looked very boring. Hudson Williams and Connor Story, they were seen partying until 6 in the morning. And I mean, this is their first go around at these Met Gala after parties. They want to have fun, as they should. The before and afters of them in their nice attire, then after they partied, that's how you know you had a fun night. And they had an iconic mirror selfie in the Met Gala bathroom. Charlie XCX and Rose, or anyone just wearing a plain black dress, I was not impressed by. A lot of the girls were just dressing like Hercules. Like everyone was very Herculean chic. It was cute, but it was lazy and it just wasn't on the theme. Like Margot Robbie, who's always on the not best dress list, let's just say that. Gracie Abrams, Tate McRae, Doja Cat, maybe looked like they could be in Dune. I also want to say Heidi Klum deserves one of the best dressed of the night. I'm not sure how she achieved this draping effect that she did on her face, but it is definitely costume art. Now I'm gonna put a lot of stars who were on theme on the screen, either replicating art pieces or truly turning themselves into works of art. I'm talking about Rachel Ziegler, reenacting a painting, Hunter Schafer, reenacting classical art, SZA, who turned herself into a work of art, and just people who went the extra mile to not have the center of attention be them or their body, but be a work of art. But these celebrities, I think, really answer the question, yes, fashion is art. Now let's talk about some trends that I don't think were on theme, maybe some of them. A lot of people had extended limbs. That was a huge trend. Everyone wanted to be Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Everyone had 4 arms growing out of them. A lot of people had extra sets of hands, extra sets of arms. There was a lot of tech themed outfits, and tech was not at all the theme, like nothing at all. Maybe they were doing tech theme to rally against Jeff Bezos being at the Met Gala, because we're gonna get into all the drama about how they think tech oligarchs were taking over the Met Gala, but a lot of tech theme outfits. All the Kardashians had their nipples out, not their real nipples, but they had these like fake protruding nipples. They didn't mean to match, all of them just did. They looked like they were doing a Skims campaign for the nipple bra, and honestly, knowing them, maybe they were, which I definitely can't show. I'm gonna have to blur some of it. A lot of them looked really well though. I think Kylie Jenner deserves a top 3 best dress. The whole thing was about how can you dress up a human body in art, and then you see her sculpting her body and then the costume art falling off of her but getting stuck on her big butt because she sculpted it, and this huge gown couldn't fall off of her. My second best dress, the runner-up to win the night, was Emma Chamberlain in Mugler. She was the first to walk on the red carpet, and every celebrity said when they saw her on their phone, because she always has to go first because she does the interviews, They said she was by far the best of the night. Her outfit was just Mugler perfection. It looked like a mesh of art and nature were just dripping off of her, and she was best dressed until the last person arrived, which was Beyonce. Beyonce shut that carpet down. She has not shown her face at the Met Gala for a decade, but she came in this Olivier Rousteing outfit, and it was just on theme, grandiose, opulent. Met Gala, its definition of what you want at the Met Gala. It will be remembered. The skeletal makeup of all the carats of diamonds, the whole crowd was chanting her name from across the street. Beyonce, Beyonce, Beyonce. Not even the AI photos could be that good. And oh my God, were there a lot of bad AI photos. The only funny AI photo, which I'm not gonna show, was the one that showed like Nicki Minaj in a Trump Met Gala dress. So now let's cut to the drama. So there was a citywide protest because people think the Met doesn't stand for what it used to by letting the oligarchs like Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez buy their way in. Jeff Bezos reportedly donated $10 million. He was the highest sponsor of the night, and that basically bought his way in and let his wife walk the red carpet and got him a spot as an honorary co-chair. Now, normally you can't buy your way into being a co-chair. Normally the Met Gala is based in creating a lot of publicity and fundraising for the Metropolitan Institution of Art by only having people there who have genuine cultural influence, not just money. Being a billionaire doesn't mean you have the cultural pull and goodwill that maybe they think they do, but protesters brought massive projections across multiple skyscrapers in New York to protest this, saying things like boycott the Jeff Bezos Met Gala. If you can buy your way into the Met Gala, you can pay more taxes. They even projected a message onto his building with his $120 million penthouse. $120 million of a penthouse, and people can't afford tortillas at the store. People were also leaving bottles of pee around the Met Gala exhibition, which is crazy. Hopefully no one thought it was like whiskey and took it as a shot, because it was pee. It was basically a statement that people were saying the Bezos Met Gala is brought to you by worker exploitation, and they put the bottles of pee because Amazon workers were saying that they are pressured to stay on schedule with such an iron fist by Amazon that they don't have time to leave their trucks to relieve themselves. So if your Amazon Prime driver is late, give them some grace or let them use your bathroom. A lot of people were upset about this. Even some celebrities were protesting the Met Gala just right outside.
There's one guy, one very big, very bald billionaire who wants to make the Met Gala all about him, who profits off of pushing working people to their very brink.
Now we're in 2026, and tech giants like OpenAI, Meta, and Amazon, they purchased tables and or donated the most. There was even robots who were attending the Met Gala, around the Met Gala, brought to you by these tech giants. That, along with the New York Times reporting that the price of a ticket to the Met is now $100,000 each. And that made this year the most profitable year in the Met Gala's history, bringing in $42 million for the institution. Would you pay $100,000 to attend the Met Gala, or maybe paying off your debts, paying off student loans, buying groceries? All of these things emphasize the concerning growing wealth gap in America. Now, Lauren Sanchez, I'm going to say, is my worst dressed of the night. She is, the wife of Jeff Bezos. They have a net worth of $250 billion. And a lot of people are saying her dress looks like it's delivered from Amazon. It's giving Macy's prom outfits. I'm questioning maybe she's doing like quiet luxury to not rub salt in the wound of how she's harming the general population, in my opinion, because of how much wealth they hoard. So maybe she wanted to make it a little quiet. She was an honorary co-chair. I like how it's honorary. Beyonce, who is a real co-chair, did not walk in with the other co-chairs, and I'm speculating that maybe she didn't want to because she knows maybe that's not the best look. Other celebrities like Bella Hadid, there was some speculation and reports that she liked a video saying that there's no point in attending the Met Gala or wearing a pin that reads "Ice Out," given that this year's event is sponsored by billionaire Jeff Bezos, and she did not attend. Now, a lot of celebrities who are mainstays like Zendaya also chose not to attend. So there was a lot of political statements made with celebrities' outfits this year. A lot of them I really liked, actually. Like Katy Perry, we like to give her some shit. We're not sure what she was doing with Women's World or Bon Appetit, or actually 90% of her career moves, but I actually really liked her Met Gala look this year because it was taking the piss out of AI. Obviously last year, a lot of AI photos of her went super viral that looked like she was on the Met Gala red carpet, but she didn't go. So this year, she purposely looked like a robot, like an AI figurine, and her gloves had 6 fingers, because a lot of time when you generate an AI photo, they get your phalanges wrong. So she had 6 fingers, and at first I was like, Katie, read the room, like, don't dress like a robot. But then I got the statement and I really liked it. Sarah Paulson dressed like Marie Antoinette, who was famously like horrible to the broke people of her land and wanted to be filthy rich while the others starved and said, let them eat cake. She dressed like Marie Antoinette, but then put a $1 bill over her eyes to blind her to the atrocities of the world, because money tends to blind people. And I think that was really simple and effective. I can't believe no one has done that outfit before, that statement piece. I loved it. We're going to talk about some drama. So Blake Lively showed up, and when I was watching the live stream and I saw Blake Lively on the carpet, I thought, what? And then I thought, good for her. That's actually super cool that she is showing her face in public again, getting out the house, loving, living, picking it up. I mean, you can't keep a girl down forever. So a girl actually groaned at Blake Lively when she came up on a video that's going viral. I don't support that behavior, and I don't think that would make her feel very welcome. But that's kind of the energy she was walking into.
Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no.
Obviously, there was a lot of animosity going on with her on the internet for a long time, but today was a very important day for her, May 4th, not just because it's Star Wars Day, but because this is the day that she has put out a statement along with her lawyers and Justin Baldoni's lawyers that they have reached a settlement in their It Ends With Us lawsuit, and they will not be going to trial because they've decided to settle. They probably didn't want to make things even worse. They probably didn't want to keep dragging their names through the mud, ruining their career. A lot of people are disappointed, thinking one side or the other didn't stick by what they were fighting for. So basically, they just announced they're going to put this behind them, never talk about it again, and come to some sort of agreement in private before they were scheduled to go to court on May 18th. I don't know. They don't want to make each other the villains or the bad guys anymore. They just both want to move forward. So moving on, Alandria, they played in our girl's face. I was pissed. I thought Alandria was going to show up, shut down the mother tucking red carpet. I was prepared to put her as my #1 best dress without even seeing what she wore. If we're being honest, I love Alandria so much. I met her. She's so cute. She's so everything. And she's played all her cards right. She was supposed to go, but then her makeup artist was hinting on social media that the Met Gala played with our girl, and basically they uninvited her. That's what people are speculating and what it seems like. When fans asked him to clarify, he was posting pictures of their plane in New York, saying they were in New York, gonna attend the Met Gala. And then they didn't, because the Met Gala played with our girl. When someone asked, what does that mean? He said, I obviously can't get into what's happened behind the scenes, but it's not happening this year. Ooh, don't make me mad. Not today. LaRoche announced his engagement. He was wearing the biggest engagement ring I've ever seen, a bigger rock than the asteroid that killed all the fucking dinosaurs. That is the biggest engagement ring I've seen in my gosh damn life. LaRoche was playing it coy. We don't know much about his love life, but he was saying this is a gift from someone, and that person got down on one knee and he did a really good job. Ashley Graham, her jaw was on the floor, seeing the size of that engagement ring. But it turns out there was another engagement, and I think this is so cool. The designer that actually dressed Sam Smith for the Met Gala, Christian Cohen, it just was announced that they are actually engaged. And I think that's beautiful that look how glamorous and opulent they look on the day of their engagement. We got a peek at who the special performers inside were, and it was actually Sabrina Carpenter and Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks got to perform with Sabrina Carpenter. I'm kidding, it's the other way around. But we never see who performs or what their performance is like, because it's usually very secretive on the inside. It's only for the worthy rich people. But we know the secret performers were Sabrina. They did Landslide together, and then Sabrina did like a whole set right off her Coachella set. Imagine she brought like the waterfall sprinkler cars that she had at Coachella and like splashed all the celebrities in their outfits. No, but she did like a really cute, tasteful set of her music. She performed in front of Beyonce. Isn't that kind of crazy? There was a lot of cool pop star interactions. Like we saw Bad Bunny hug Kris Jenner. That's kind of awkward for them. Like her daughter is his ex, and they seem fine. They seem cool. Bad Bunny did dress like an old man. I'm sure a lot of you would still hit it Age is just a number when it comes to Bad Bunny being an old man. All the Blackpink girls went. They had a little cute reunion. They were all in the mirror selfie inside that you're not supposed to do. Anna gets very upset about that. Maybe mirror selfies like aren't editorial. Rihanna said she's going to Beyonce's after party. They're just the two goats. So I hope they split the G together and then take a bunch of shots. The after party to be at was the Beyonce and Jay-Z after party. Rihanna said that is where she's going, duh. SZA went. Look at SZA's after party look, looking so good. Tate McRae and Rosé seen getting out of their Sprinter van together. All the girls from Blackpink looking so good. I know Jennie had like a DJ set after. Lisa's after party look is beautiful. Cardi and her sister Hennessy, they are so much alike. Like, look at how they move in the exact same way to pick up their purse. They went to the Beyonce after party. Charlie XCX was trying to convince Emma Chamberlain to go out with her after, but Emma was hesitant. We know Sabrina Carpenter was a secret performer inside the Met Gala, and it also looked like she had a lot of fun after the Met Gala as well. Rumors she went home with Bad Bunny I'm seeing everywhere. I don't know if that's true, but it would be interesting. But what do you guys think of the Met Gala? Who is your best dress? Mine's Beyonce. Did you like this event? Would you pay $100,000 to go? And until next time, I love you all. Make sure to subscribe to become a student, and class is dismissed. Bye.